Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super pumped to have you here. So today we are going to have another truck review video, but this video is going to be a little bit different because this is going to be the Tensor MAG Light truck review. So if you've seen my board setups on YouTube or any of my Instagram clips, you will know that my truck of choice is the Tensor MAG Light, and I have this on an 8.25 creature board with Bones V3 Matt Berger 52mm wheels. So this is what I'm rocking this setup on. Now, when it comes to these MAG Light trucks, there is a lot to say, and the first thing I want to mention is if you've skated some of these at the skate park because your friend had a board, there's no way that you're going to like these, because a lot of people have asked to skate my board and they get on it and they can't do anything. So that is a huge red flag for people, and I'm going to tell you why these are my truck of choice and how you need to skate these for you to be able to get anything out of these. And the first thing I want to do is point out the Tensor team. Rodney Mullen and Day One son, okay? And then look at the skaters that left. You had Manny Santiago, who was on Tensor, and you had TJ Raju, who had a pro MAG Light truck, and he left. So that should tell you something for the people that have stayed and the people that have left. Now, let's talk about the weight. These are kind of well known as the lightest trucks out there. So here's a brand new MAG Light truck, and here is an independent Stage 11 Reynolds hollow light. So we've got the hollow kingpin, hollow axle. I can tell you right now, there is no comparison. I'm even holding this one in my right hand. No comparison, the weight. And we've also got the Venture P-Rod hollow light lows, again with the hollow axle, the hollow kingpin. There's no question. And if I had a scale, which I think there actually is a video where everybody or a skate shop weighs all their trucks, and you'll see the weight difference. So actually, I'll probably link that down below in the description. So the weight goes to Tensor every single time. They are the lightest truck. But that doesn't mean there's not cons. But before we get to the cons, let me talk about the pros and why I skate them. So when you skate something like this, you're gonna have to commit to it, because this is gonna be extremely different from anything else you've skated. And that is something to keep in mind, because when you do commit to these trucks, it's going to be a long time and a hard process to go back to a regular truck like Aces, Crux, Indies, Ventures. It's going to feel a lot different. So if you're going to get these, you're going to be on these, and nothing else is going to be the same if you get used to these. So like I said, it's a commitment thing. But why would you commit to these? And the reason is, well, there's a few, but the big ones are the grind. If you've tried a 50-50 on one of these, or a feeble grind or a Smith grind, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can have a curb session with MAG lights without waxing the curb, and that's not an understatement. These are a very soft metal, and if you've skated Aces, you'll know what soft metal is like. These are a very soft metal. You can grind just about anything with these and be safe. You could also look at it the other way. Well, what if something is very waxed and you hop on them with these? You will be okay. It's because this metal is extremely soft. You will feel everything that is underneath you. So the control on grinds is absolutely insane. And I do a lot of grinds, a lot of 50-50s and stuff out of them. So that was one thing I really liked about them. Another pro is that when these trucks turn, it's not the most responsive type of turn. So you can get away with pretty much, I wouldn't say tic-tacs, but if you land on the board, people always say loose trucks, you can carve out of it. If you land wrong on these, they're not gonna pitch you in any direction. These are pretty much going to go straight, and that might be extremely confusing, because when you're like, I want my trucks to turn. Tensors don't really turn that well. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that could also be looked at as a pro for manuals also. Because if you hop on a manual and you have really loose trucks that are very responsive, you could be turning all over the place, and it will make it a lot more difficult. You will pretty much ride in a straight line when you manual with Tensor MAG Light trucks. Just look at Day One. He does it, and he doesn't even have the bushings in one of his trucks, and he's still able to manual like that. It's very interesting how these trucks work. Like I said, this is a commitment, and I'm not trying to give my opinion, but if you've done some manuals on these and you've grinded these trucks down, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's talk about the cons of these. They grind down extremely fast. Kind of see that already. On my 50/50 side, you will see that these are grinding down very quickly. So if you're going to be skating a lot of curbs and a lot of really crusty stuff every single day, these are gonna grind phenomenally. They're gonna wear down, and it's because that's soft metal. And there's nothing really you can do about that. I haven't found any ways to really save these trucks and make them last longer. So that's pretty much out of the question. The next con is impact and handrails and pretty much anything like that. These trucks do not do well on impact. These are a technical truck. Again, let me refer you to the Tensor team. Manny's gone, TJ Rogers is gone, they've got Rodney, they've got Daywan, Cody McIntyre. Technical types of skaters that aren't doing the biggest impact. And it's because these aren't, I don't want to say the most durable truck. You can definitely have a session on these without worrying about them breaking, but it's always possible because you hear horror stories on the slab and things of people breaking these Mag Light trucks and them getting really hurt. And it's not, and I believe them. But that doesn't mean that they're not safe. It just means they're so different that in their elements, they're perfect. Outside of that, it's going to be a lot different. And the other thing people always want to know is flip tricks. What's up with the flip tricks on these? Does it help you? Does it hurt you? So when you first get on Mag Light trucks, you're gonna feel like when you're flipping your board, even if there's a little bit of wind, that your board's gonna get blown away from under you. That's how light they are. But when you get used to it, the way you can suck your kick flips up to your heel flips, you can pretty much manipulate the board with these trucks because it's so light to stay right underneath you. And it's actually kind of mind-blowing. And it's not going to happen right away when you hook up these Mag Lights. It's not going to be, you will struggle if you've been skating something else, or especially indies. If you've been skating indies like these ones, you're not going to like these at first, and you're just going to have to push through that because they are so different from any other truck. But when you do that, you will understand that, yeah, your flip tricks, they're just going to be different. They're going to be a little bit more crisp, and they're going to come right up to you. So they're pretty much going to suck right up to your feet, and it makes landing them a lot easier. You can really cancel out rocket flips with these, and tray flips are phenomenal because it can stay under you like that because it's a lot less scoop. And that could be another con if you're trying to learn how to tray flip. It's a lot easier to scoop on these than I think any other truck. Same with burial flips. Any type of scooping flip trick, it's going to be a lot easier with these because the board is a lot lighter and it will stay underneath you. And the big and final con that we have to talk about, which I already mentioned earlier, is the turning. If you've skated Ace trucks before, you will not like the turning on these because they don't turn all that well. And I would not skate this particular board just because it's 53 mils, and with the Mag Lights, I wouldn't recommend this for transition. So this is not a transition setup because of that turning. And if you're gonna be grinding bowl coping all day, these trucks aren't gonna last you anyway, and I think you would be a lot better off going with a different truck brand. So, the verdict, would I skate these again? Obviously, yes. And I'm trying to be as honest with you as possible. And I am a Tensor Mag Light supporter. I ride their trucks and I've gotten a lot of benefit. I've progressed a lot because of them. But are these trucks going to be for everybody? Absolutely not. Because that commitment thing. And a lot of times in skateboarding, as soon as you feel something that you don't like right away, you ditch it and you go back to what does feel right. And that's okay. That's your right to do so. But if you've bought these trucks and you're not liking them, give them some time, because you will see that there's a lot of benefits that these trucks can give. And what setup I would recommend these trucks on is also important. I would say if you want to ride these, I would definitely go with the skinnier type of traditional wheel. So Force wheels, their classic wheel is very skinny. The Spitfire Big Heads, that's another one that's really good. The Bones STF V3s, I found that work extremely well. They're a very skinny wheel. I think it's the skinniest one in Bones lineup, so It's, again, reducing weight, and it's helping you flip the board because it's lighter. So those are what I would definitely recommend. And bearings, obviously, it doesn't matter all too much. For board, you can go all out and go with the almost uber light decks, but really anything that's not, it's anything that feels good. I would probably say try to skate something with steeper concave, because that's going to help with flip tricks. But that being said, you could skate this on a very flat board like a toy machine and skate just fine. So I would definitely, I think the big thing is the wheels that you're riding these with. I would definitely go with a more skinny type of technical wheel instead of like a Spitfire lock-in or a tablet. But other than that, I think I've covered all of the bases on this. And would I recommend these to you? It really just depends. I wouldn't, this is one product that I would say if you see somebody at the skate park and they're riding them, I would be very hesitant about jumping on it and trying all of your tricks and expecting to like them. So really, that's all I can say. If you want to try these, go for it. I'll have a link down below in the description where you can buy them. If not, you can check out Thank You Supply, they have them. And yeah, just get ready for something that's a lot different and going to take a lot of commitment to get used to. But when you are used to it, you will see the benefits and why people ride these and why people swear by these. But anyways, guys, I know this video was a little bit different than my normal videos, but this is something that I've been asked a lot. Why the hell are you riding Tensor MAG Lights? And that pretty much covers it. So if you have any other questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, keep skating. Peace out, guys.